You're waiting for this, I know. Welcome to a first for the sofa, which is a double bill this morning. I'm absolutely, just excited, and it's amazing to have two wonderful people. So we now got Steve Noble's watching us. He's over there. Rasheed's been watching us, and this is Rasheed. Hello, Rasheed.
Let's just hope it's one of those, like that second album that's just a letdown. You know, the second album that's let down, or the second movie, and the second that was like, why on earth? Yeah, they'd already got the check for doing the second one, and there was just like,
why did they do that? Because we're just trying to make some cash.
Well, I have to say, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me here. I mean, it's just a real pleasure. I'm so looking forward to this conversation and speaking to you, and I actually want to just hear your story, because I know that's fascinating, but it's just a real pleasure to be here. So thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you for coming down. So,
I don't know what there's to say. I mean, we're touching about that. You know, what is there to be said? I wonder, what is there to be said? What is there necessarily to be created? What is there necessarily to be done? I mean, we met at an event for creative people, filmmakers and so on, and I'm passionate about film. I'm passionate about music. I'm passionate about that which can really powerfully affect us. And I guess that what's beautiful about something like this, again, it's got the opportunity for something that just to connect with somebody and resonate with somebody. So I guess that's really powerful. And it's quite funny when you're a vessel through which a noise makes. You're just hitting that thing. Isn't it amazing how that sound just vibrates, and totally. How we just are an expression of whatever it is that is happening. That's kind of quite odd and fascinating. And it's beautiful how even those dark times that we call dark, often it's those that are just so beautiful. It's those that wake us up to life.
To embracing life,
Oh, big time. And they gift us with stuff. I certainly know in my old times as a creative, the most beautiful songs would come through the darkness. So life is always there, be it bereavement, be it separation, be it something that's just affected you on the news, whatever it is, there's an opportunity for us to ask ourselves, who are we? Why are we really here? What is really possible here? How can I be at a point, you know, Steve was talking about this before, how can I, on a very personal level, connect to myself, and then from there, in terms of relationships, how do I relate to those around me, the people in this room, the people in my life? And I think there's always an opportunity for us to take a fresh look.
Yeah.
Look again.
There's a lot there.
Yeah, to ramble.
No, good. I was like listening and, like, you know, concentrating on my listening and going, that's good. And as the thoughts come up, don't they? As they go, I could go somewhere with that one. I could go somewhere with that one. No. Listen, and so on. And it's a moment of silence.
Yeah. And I want to talk to you a bit about, in a way, I'm curious about you and your story, because I think it's fantastic that you do these kind of dialogues. I really do. And what I've got a sense of, and you know, we've only met once prior to today, but I feel as though I know you quite well, actually, which is quite interesting. I feel as though I spiritually know who it is that you are, and I feel as though I know something of the journey that it is that you've been on. But I think that you've also been to places that I've never been to. I just think there's something about these dialogues. I want to know a bit about these dialogues and what they're about, and what you're keen.
Yeah, totally. That's wonderful. It's also nice sometimes to get that, because the sofa for me is very much about a dialogue, and I love the way you describe it as a dialogue. And it is about us questioning and delving deeper, and you asking me questions and so on. Sometimes people think it's just an interview, and it's not. That's why the sofa's yours as well. You know, it's like whatever you want to ask or bring up is great. You know, I'll go with that. We'll go with a bit of my story for you, and also some of the richness that you started on a minute ago. It's just like moving into that place of business. Maybe we'll come back there if we naturally come back there, because what you was describing was really, just a place of actually moving beyond right and wrong, good and bad, labeling it dark or light and so on, which is a really beautiful place to go, which we can maybe come back to. I mean, in a nutshell, I do my journey started on a council estate. So I was very much, grew up on a council estate. You know, my father left me when I was 1, but I don't say that as a deprived, sad story. I'm so thankful and forgiving and beautiful father that I had to bring me here. And you know, he was at a young age where he was going through an experience with my mother at the time where, you know, he was young. I think he was 20 something. And I looked, probably when I was about 14/15, started to think, well, you know, I started hanging around with older guys. And these older guys were very much into, you know, getting up to mischief, petty theft, and, you know, hanging out in town and stuff. So really it moved from there into, I started shoplifting when I was 15, and I was caught shoplifting with some Lynx deodorant. Why I wanted to steal that, I don't know, but you know, Lynx was the in thing, you know. So it was like, you know, I steal that, it only cost £1 for God's sake, you know. It's like, you know, and at the time, to get out of that environment, in the council environment, and get out there, I actually decided to become an actor.
Which is a big jump.
Yeah, a huge jump.
Huge jump.
Yeah,
and how can somebody who's, you know, the logical thing would be, okay, how could somebody from a council estate want to be an actor and all that kind of, you know, tell me a bit about.
Well, basically what happened is that I was sat on the sofa actually smoking a joint, watching Home and Away. Do you know Home and Away?
Yeah.
This is my little story.
Yeah.
This is one of my pinnacle moments. I think I spoke for about 6 months telling them I was going to be an actor, and they go, yeah, of course you are. You know, and I was watching Home and Away, and I was just watching it, and I thought, this is quite poor acting. Either that, or I'm just stoned. But whatever, you know, whatever the thing, this is not great. I think I can do that. It was very much that moment, like, I can do that. 2007 was this awakening to what I call love, but let's throw the word love out the window because it's too loaded, and people listening to this, oh, love, you know, oh, you're airy fairy, you've gone all like, you know, 60s. What happened there was that I had a huge, this is at the time when I've just made Other Side of the Game, realising the stories that in the film industry everybody's telling, they're just regurgitating the same stories over and over again. Then I get this huge opportunity to be a lead actor again in a huge budget film, and I take it, which is taking me down a path where for years I'd been thinking about I wanted to be on the side of billboards, and I wanted to be up on there, you know, with Brad Pitt and everything. So I get that opportunity. I get to Paris, I'm on the side of every bus, I'm on like billboards in the Champs-Élysées or whatever, however you say it, and I'm all over the place, and I'm like, all right, this has no substance to me anymore. Wow. This doesn't have the vast substance that it had 10 years prior of like, this big desire to manifest this reality. Now, 2007, I've gone into this place of love, this space of like moving me beyond something, moving me into something that's so vast, so beyond form, that it's like, and this connection that I've had, that I realised that everything that I'd been living fundamentally was from a foundation of fear and a lie.